Hi, my name is Bente, I'm the Norse witch, and in this week's video I want to talk to you about signs from deities. Scotty, I'm filming! Someone wants to cuddle. Hi. Oh. Okay, you can stay. You want to lie down? On my lap? No? Yes? No? You don't know? So first I want to start out by saying that in the end, I think it doesn't matter if a deity is reaching out to you or not. Oftentimes we hear about other people's stories of deities reaching out to them and all those big signs that they see from their deities, and we think that we have to experience the same thing. But honestly, that's not true. I think it doesn't matter if you start working with a deity because they reached out to you, or if you started working with a deity because you wanted to. For me, it doesn't really matter. And also, I think that a lot of the times we tend to think that more things are a sign than they probably actually are. Because, yeah, of course we want to think that the deities are reaching out to us. So not everything is a sign. That for me is really important. Not everything that happens to you is a sign from a deity. And it doesn't have to be, because in the end it really doesn't matter. I mean, if you start working with a deity because they reached out to you and they sent you a sign, cool. If you started working with a deity because they sent you a sign and you thought it was a sign but it really wasn't, cool either way. The end result is the same. So yeah, in the end I think deities don't reach out to us as often as we'd like to think they would. But that's cool, that's fine. But of course they do reach out to us, and I don't want to say that anyone's experiences are invalid or something, or that people are lying. I just think that some people tend to think that things are signs that really aren't signs. I mean, for something to be a sign, I think it has to be kind of extraordinary, or it has to happen like a lot within a short period of time. So just because you're walking down the street and you see a cat, that doesn't mean it's Freya reaching out to you. That's just something so mundane that I personally wouldn't think it would be a sign. I mean, of course it could, I mean, who knows? But yeah, I think something needs to be a little bit more special to be a sign. Yeah, as I said, if you just see a cat on the street, for me, I think that wouldn't be a sign, but if you see the same cat in the same corner of the same street and you know it's not the cat, I don't know, it's not your neighbor's cat or something, then maybe that would be a sign. Or the same thing applies to, I don't know, if you go to a forest and you see a raven, then I think that's probably not a sign from Odin. But if you're walking down the street in the middle of the city and a raven flies above your head and like sits down on your shoulder, I think that would probably be a sign, because it's such an extraordinary thing that normally just wouldn't happen. So yeah, I think it's just really important to kind of stay realistic when it comes to signs. And yes, of course it's exciting, and of course we want to have deities reaching out to us because it's fun. We want really big experiences with deities, but at least in my experience, and in a lot of people's experience that I know from, the experiences they have with deities aren't as huge. Oh my god, I'm sorry, my cats are freaking out. Could you be silent, please? I'm filming. No? You have the zoomies? Yes! You have zoomies? You are so cute. Okay, where was I? You are really distracting. Yes, but you are cute. Yeah, mundane things I think aren't signs. But of course, deities can reach out to us in a lot of different ways. So not just anything that happens to you when you walk down the street, but for example, I'm pulling daily tarot cards and runes every day. Yeah, daily, of course, every day. But yeah, I'm pulling tarot cards and runes daily, and that way deities could reach out to me. They could send me a sign by having me pull the same rune every day for a week or so. A lot of runes, for example, have associations with specific deities, and that would be a pretty neat sign, I think. I think I had that happen to me, but I don't know. I mean, a lot of times we don't know in hindsight if it was a sign or not. But then also they could reach out to you by using your clear abilities. So maybe you are clairvoyant, then they could send you images, or you're clairgustant, then they could send you tastes. They could make you taste something very strange in the middle of the day, something like that. The same applies to meditation. So if you're meditating, maybe you see images, or you taste something, you smell something, something like that. That's just because when you're meditating, you're far more open to such things. So I think a lot of times people have experiences with deities when they meditate. Another way a deity could be reaching out to you is in your dreams. So I unfortunately don't really ever remember my dreams. I'm working on it, but it's really hard. But if you do, then it's possible that a deity could be reaching out to you in your dreams. So yeah, those were just the things that I was thinking of when I thought about signs from deities and what could be a sign. But of course, it could also be something else that happens to you. But in the end, it always comes down to either your intuition telling you if it's a sign or not, maybe some resources telling you if it's a sign or not, because maybe a deity could be reaching out to a lot of people in the same way. Then that could be a way of finding out if it's a sign. Or you could also ask the deity if it's a sign, but you would have to know which deity it is, and you would have to be skilled in communicating with entities, and not everyone can do it. So in the end, there's always the chance that you misinterpret something as a sign that isn't. But as I said, in the end, I think it doesn't really matter. But yeah, let's say that something did happen and you think that it is a sign. Then what do you do? That completely depends on if you're doing deity work already, if you're working with a specific pantheon already, etc., etc. So, for example, if you are working with one specific pantheon, as I'm working with the Norse pantheon, then you probably already know a lot of deities within that pantheon and some of their correspondences. So maybe like Freya with cats and Odin with ravens. So it's possible that you know right away which deity is reaching out to you. But if you're not as experienced in deity work or within a specific pantheon, then it's possible that something happens to you and you think it's a sign, but you don't know which deity it is that's reaching out to you. And as always, you will just have to do some research. Maybe you know some people that are doing deity work that are a little bit more experienced, then you could ask them if it's a sign or not. But then also, if that isn't really a possibility for you, you could always just read up about signs. I mean, there are a lot of sources online, and you could also read the original stories about the deities. Of course, if you're completely blindly looking for the deity that is reaching out to you, then it's probably pretty hard. But if something specific happens, then you could probably Google it and find a correspondence to a deity pretty fast. For example, I had a time, it was like half a year, when within basically any of my meditations, I saw a horse. Like in every meditation, maybe I don't know, it probably wasn't every meditation, but every other meditation, I saw a horse in my meditations. And I normally don't really like spontaneously see images in my meditations. So that was kind of strange, and I just Googled like deity horse. That was it, and I instantly came upon Epona. So it's probably pretty easy to find out which deities it is by just Googling it. And if that doesn't work, then as I said, you can still read the original lore or ask other people if they know it. I think you will be able to do it. I believe in you. So yeah, that's all that I have for you this week. Pretty short video, pretty quick, pretty chatty, but it's my Instagram followers' fault. I asked them which kind of video I should film for this week. They could choose between this video, an educational video about cleansing, I think, and a guided meditation, and they wanted this video. So I will probably upload the guided meditation next week. Just have to decide which one. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, make sure to do it, because I often ask my followers which topics they would want to see on my channel, or I don't know, let them decide which kind of video I will film. So yeah, to conclude the video, don't stress yourself too much about signs, if something is a sign, if something isn't a sign. It really doesn't matter, don't stress yourself too much about it. But if something cool happens and you think it's a sign, then nice. So as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe and give a thumbs up, and follow me on Instagram. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!